Backside of 2.4, we're solving absolute value equations. We have an absolute value equation. We actually see two absolute value brackets, but one of the things that I want to note is the fact that in this scenario, what is inside the absolute value bracket is, in fact, the same exact thing. So for a moment, humor me, and I'm going to give it a different variable. And what I want to do that is because we'll go ahead for a moment and just call w equal to 2x minus 6. When we write it like that, maybe we can kind of sort of see, just like we did back in Algebra 1 class, the fact that here is that we technically have like terms. So if I consider that we have like terms and I had 5 times the absolute value of w plus 3 times the absolute value of w, and I combine those like terms, I would in fact have 8 times the absolute value of w. If I did 5 plus 3, that would be 8. And then I would have 24. Well, that's fantastic, and now I have a coefficient for that absolute value bracket. I got to isolate it before I make any decisions in terms of how many solutions are going to be. So I'll continue this process, and I will go ahead and say, let's go ahead and isolate that absolute value bracket a little bit more. And once I do that, I would get that I have the absolute value of w is equal to 3. 24 divided by 8, of course, being 3. Now I have the absolute value bracket by itself. I know that it's set equal to a positive number, which means I should have 2 solutions. Well, I can't just be dealing with w. I now actually have to go figure out that 2x minus 6, which we know we replaced with w. And now I can go ahead and consider the fact that I do in fact have 2x minus 6 equal to 3 in this equation. 2 solutions. We know that from that absolute value, if I go back and look at the w, w could be 3, or w could be negative 3, right? Because if I put it in the absolute value bracket, it would come out as a positive 3 no matter what. So I'm going to make 2 equations that are based upon that. And I would have 2x minus 6 is equal to 3, or 2x minus 6 is equal to negative 3. A couple of different options here. And if I clean it up and do my math work, and I add 6 to both sides in both scenarios, I would end up with having x is equal to 9 halves, or 4.5, and I would have x is equal to 3 halves. As the 2 solutions for this particular equation. So it is okay, especially if I have the absolute value brackets have the same exact thing, in this case 2x minus 6. Replacing it with a variable, just write a little bit less while I'm cleaning up and getting the absolute value equation, that bracket all by itself. I still do have to make a decision in terms of the absolute value being it by itself. Is it a 0 it's equal to? Is it a negative number or a positive number? And then once I have that, I can go ahead and do math work if need be.